I'll be traveling to Paris and Spain in 3 days, and this is the palette I'm taking along with me. Like when I bought this palette for the first time, I felt like a kid in the candy store. Like I was like, ooh, so happy. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mojoko. If you're new here, today I'm going to be showing you guys my eyeshadow palette collection. The collection is not huge, but I intend to grow this collection in the future, and this video is very important to me because I would like to look back one day and see that I had just a small collection of eyeshadow palettes. All of the palettes I'm going to be showing you in this video, I bought them with my own money. This video is not sponsored or anything like that. I was not sent any of these palettes, so I'm just going to show you guys one by each what I like about the palettes and what I don't. Before I start this video, I'm going to plead with you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the red button down below to subscribe, hit the bell besides it as well so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. So today I have a total of 10 eyeshadow palettes I'm going to be showing you guys. It is just a coincidence. So I'm just going to start with the first eyeshadow palette, and the first eyeshadow palette I'm going to be showing you guys is the Too Faced Glitter Bomb eyeshadow palette. And when you open it up, this is what the palette looks like. It is a 10 pan eyeshadow palette. Here you have the white brightening base, here you have the black brightening base, and in the middle you have some shimmers. I did a look using this eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to put the picture somewhere on the screen for you to see. I would say that the shimmers did not really work well for me, and that's what I did not really like a lot about this palette. I love the packaging. I love the packaging a lot. So this is the first palette that I'm showing. The second palette I'm going to be showing you guys is this eyeshadow palette from Tarte Cosmetics. This is their eyeshadow palette from the Mermaid collection, and when you open the palette up, this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. The names on each of the shades are not exactly the same because actually, as you can see, the shades came out from the pan, and when I was putting the shades back one by each on the pan, I don't know if I actually was able to put the shades back where the names are. What I love about the palette is that the palette is small, it's portable, the palette is well packaged. When I bought this palette, I actually bought the palette with the Mermaid brushes, so I have the collection. The third eyeshadow palette I'm going to be showing you guys is the Opulence eyeshadow palette from YVES Cosmetics, and when you open it up, this is what the palette looks like. It is a 10 pan eyeshadow palette as well. I must say the shades are beautiful. I've used this blue and this red. I've done a look using this blue and this red. I'm going to put a picture somewhere on the screen. And also these white shimmers too, they are very pigmented and they work really well. I don't really like the packaging a lot, but the shades are pigmented, they are blendable, and they are very beautiful. So the fourth eyeshadow palette I'm going to be showing you guys is from Miss Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty Desert Dogs eyeshadow palette, and when you open it up, this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. This is an 18 pan eyeshadow palette. I really enjoyed this eyeshadow palette. I've used it twice here on my channel, and I would say this brown is very pigmented, the orange as well. The shimmers are not bad, but this shade Cosmo was very difficult to work with. I love the names in this palette. I love the packaging, of course. Her face in front of the palette is just everything. It's so pretty. I did a look recreating this image at the front of the palette here on my channel. The packaging is very good, it's very stiff, it's good. I'm sure if you travel with this, it wouldn't break. The next eyeshadow palette I'm going to be showing you guys is the Carly Bieber eyeshadow palette from BH Cosmetics. Carly Bieber is a YouTuber as well. So when you open it up, this is what the palette looks like. The shimmers here are very pigmented and are good to be used as highlights. I've done a video using this palette, but the video was not very clear, so I'm going to do another look using this palette so that if you own this palette, you can know the type of look that you can create using this eyeshadow palette. This is of course a nude eyeshadow palette, and it is pretty, especially this burgundy red up here, this shade. It is very pigmented and pretty, and I equally love this shade down here. Unfortunately, they have no names. So this is the fifth eyeshadow palette that I have. The next eyeshadow palette I'm going to be showing you guys is this eyeshadow palette from Huda Cosmetics. She is a Kenyan and she came out with her own eyeshadow palette. This is actually the first eyeshadow palette I ever owned, ever. And my first makeup tutorial on YouTube was done using this eyeshadow palette. I really enjoy the formula of this palette. Oh my god, like seriously, the formula of this palette is to die for. And also her lipsticks, the formula of her lipsticks are so good. That is the best formula of lipstick that I've owned and I've ever tried. I have Kylie lipsticks, I have Huda Beauty lipsticks, I have lipsticks from Sephora, I have lipsticks from so many brands, the Balm Cosmetics, but her lipsticks, Huda Cosmetics, is the best lipstick I've ever tried, ever. And these her shimmers are just, they are so pigmented. I don't want to swatch them because I'm going to dirty my hands, and I have other palettes to show you guys. But if you want me to do a video dedicated to this palette, let me know down in the comment section. So I really enjoy this. It's a 9-pan color eyeshadow palette. It's so pretty. So this is what the palette looks like, and this is the palette number 6. Okay, moving on, I'm going to be showing you the 7th palette that I own, and it is the Live So Drag eyeshadow palette by Mani Emire. He is a YouTuber here on YouTube as well, and he owns his own cosmetic company called Luna Beauty, as you can see written here at the back of the palette. So when you open the Live So Drag eyeshadow palette up, this is what the palette looks like. I must say I was really excited when I bought this palette and when I received this palette, and one of my most beautiful looks that I've ever created on my channel, I created it using this eyeshadow palette. The look, I'm going to put a picture here for you guys to see. And I love the fact that it has like a neutral side and a pop of color, so you can travel with it. If you want just the neutral shades, you can use them. If you want to mix, if you want to use color, you can use it as well. And then this shimmer, this legendary, and these beads, like, oh my god, it is so pigmented. This is a very beautiful palette. I was so excited like a little kid when I got this palette. I just fell in love with this palette when I got it. Unfortunately, the only thing I'm going to say is that Luna Beauty, when you use your palettes and do videos with them on Instagram and everything, they are not really very supportive of YouTubers and all the like, and it's a new company, so I wish they would like share more of our work and be more supportive to upcoming YouTubers like me. This shade Kai Kai, the pink shade, it stains the eyelids a lot, so when you're using it, if you have this palette, when you're using it, please know that this pink shade is going to stain your eyes and might not come out the same day, maybe like a day or 2 days later. BH Cosmetics came out with this eyeshadow palette, which are pressed shimmers, and when you open it up, this is what the palette looks like. I've done a look using this palette as well here on my channel, and let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to use this palette once more. So this is what the palette looks like. It is so colorful, so beautiful. The shades are pigmented, but only the fact that all of the shades are shimmers, it's a little bit difficult to work with, but it's definitely a steal because it wasn't expensive. It is a 35-pan eyeshadow palette. I love the packaging. It just screams festivity, and it is a very good palette for its price. So I'm definitely keeping this eyeshadow palette. I've used it just once here on my channel, and as you can see, the palette still looks very brand new. So let me know if you want me to do another look using this eyeshadow palette, and I will gladly do so. So we're just going to put this back into the packaging it came with. It came like this, and this is how you store the palette. So this is the palette number 8. For palette number 9, I'm going to be showing you this Morphe eyeshadow palette. It is the 35F eyeshadow palette, and when you open the palette up, this is what the palette looks like. It is so pretty. When I saw the palette online, I could not resist it. I had to buy it, but I've used it just once here on my channel. The shades, oh my god, Morphe palettes are just my favorites. They're just the best. and for their price point as well. Like, you have a lot to work with. I could create a lot of looks using this eyeshadow palette, and the shades are so pigmented. Look at this gold right here, look at this red. Oh my god, like, this is a beauty. Look at the whites here and everything. This is a very, very beautiful eyeshadow palette, and I'm definitely going to be using this palette again here on my channel to do a look, because I've used it only once. And last but not the least, I saved my favorite palette for the last, because, like, you all know this is my favorite palette in the whole world. This is the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette in collaboration with Morphe. So when you open the eyeshadow palette up, this is what the eyeshadow palette looks like. Oh my god, look at this. Till today, you guys, this palette is actually the most sold palette in the whole world, and it's not for nothing. I'll be traveling to Paris and Spain in 3 days, and this is the palette I'm taking along with me. I could create so many looks with this eyeshadow palette, so many looks. Like, when I bought this palette for the first time, I felt like a kid in the candy store. Like, I was like, oh, so happy. So if you see this anywhere, please do not skip. Make sure to buy this eyeshadow palette. You will not regret it. When you turn the eyeshadow palette behind, you actually have the names of each shade. Oh, that was exhausting. Okay, my beautiful Barbies, thank you so much for being with me to the end of this video. Thank you so much for letting me show you guys my eyeshadow palette collection. Let me know in the comment section down below which of these palettes was your favorite. As for me, it was the Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. Like, this is the best thing in the whole wide world. But if you choose another palette, let me know in the comment section down below. Or if you want to purchase any one of these palettes, please do, especially the Morphe palettes that are really, really pigmented. They work well, they blend amazingly, and for the price point as well, they are very affordable. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, and until we meet again in my next video, stay blessed. Bye guys.